So hello guys. So let's start our journey to HTML5. Okay guys. So first of all, what is an HTML? HTML is an hypertext markup language. It means that the or what language our browser understand. Okay. So it is the HTML. There are a lot of languages that browser understand, but these are the basic building blocks. Like how the things are, how our data is kept in our website, so that's what HTML covers. Okay, so let's get started. So first of all, you can make a folder first in any of your directory. Like you can go to your C local drive C and make a folder called H. Okay, after that you will open this open folder types. Okay, so you can do the expected path which you have done. Okay, then come to this file. So you will come to this thing and type index.html. Okay, so this .html extensions, it clarifies that it is a kind of HTML file. Okay, so there are a lot of extensions we are going to use in later in this course, like .css, .js. Okay, .jsx for React. Along with that, okay, so first of all we start our HTML code. So there are two types that we can start. So I will ask you to add this dependency HTML boilerplate 5. So what this HTML boilerplate will do, it will do a favor for us if we type colon 5 HTML boilerplate. So it will do something like that. Okay, so these greens are comments in HTML. First of all, we will remove these types of green letters. These are not required. Okay, also we are removing the script tab. This is also not required because this script is used for to integrate our JavaScript files in HTML. So these we will cover later. Okay, so basics. So first of all, we will clear this all. We will just start from our basics HTML. Okay, so these thing with anchor brackets, these are known as tags. These are known as tags in HTML. Okay, so there are different types of tags in HTML. Okay, so this is the basic. So we have another two things, that is head and another one is body. Like in our, this is very easy to understand. Like if we have a full body, if we have a human beings, so first of all head comes. Okay, our head, and then our body comes. Okay, so in body, the tags which are in body is going to display in our website. Okay, so like if I do something hello, and if I open my this browser. Okay, so if I write something in head, if I also write in hello, this is done due to because okay, there is a another thing. We will do one thing, that we will show our code in browser also, so you can look up your code in any of your desired browser. Okay, so we are using here Google Chrome. Okay, so when we are right click and we show open in browser, it will open my default browser as Google Chrome. Okay, so here we have Google Chrome. I will refresh. So look, I have just hello dot hello. Okay, if I write hello here, so there is a white circle comes. This means that we have done something in our browser and we are not safe. We don't save the code at this time. So when we put control plus S, this white circle disappears. It means our all code is going to be saved. Okay, so one more extension we are discussing, that it already prettifies my code. So first of all, as we see, we are saving the hello. Okay, we are going to refresh, and hello comes. Okay, just wait a minute, guys. This is not the actually the expected behavior of the browser. I have to look into this. File, right, removing this, and I have right h1. Hello. Okay, so sorry. Okay. Sorry, that's my mistake here, guys. Okay, we have an head tag, we have a body tag. Actually, these things are not used too much in our day-to-day routine. So in head text, we have another text called title, and if we write title and this title, this is I'm going to show you that. Yes. So what you see, guys, that a title tag comes here. Like if I do hello world, so here comes the hello world. Okay. So what I trying to explain is that the things that are come in our head tag, okay, so that things are understand by our browser, that are not displayed in our screen. Okay, like if I do something like this, so this will helps our browser to understand what we are going to tell. Okay, so later on we are using some uh, css tags that are we are going to put in this head file, that will tell our browser to add some css content to our html. Okay, so moving on to the next tag. So okay, okay, that's fine. That's, I think that's clear for now. So let us begin making some more stuff. Like in this is body, we have used a lot of different types of tags in our body as well. Okay, so first tag we are using is called the h1 tag. So okay, so this h1 tag is the head tag, which means we often saw a lot of headings in different pages. Like if we say that we are going for google.com. Okay, we go to any website, like we go for any random website, then we can go. So we saw a lot of different head tags in that. Like we go to Wikipedia. Okay, so Wikipedia, we are searching for html. So this thing is quite bold and large than normal text. Okay, so that are the main working of a heading tags. So there are ranging from to 1 to 6. There are, we have 6 types of different tags. Okay, so we will do h2. The size decreases automatically for every decreasing increasing number. Okay, so we have h3, we have h4, we have h5, we have h6. Okay, so these things are more clear in the browser. So I will show both things in browser and my preview as well. Okay, so these are the tags, these are decreasing. So we can more say h2, h3, h4, h5, and h3. Now we are control save, control s. Okay, so these are the decreasing numbers. So we also view, if I write custom text, so you often see that 5 and 6 are even much smaller than our custom text. Okay, so these are these properties. Also, we have some bold text. So you can say this is bold text. So you look, this looks bold with normal size. This looks bold. Okay. After that we have italic. Okay, so you look, this is italic. Also we have M tag. This makes a text strong. No, no, it makes a tag similar to italic. Okay, so also we have some more tags, that is underline. This is underline. Okay, guys. Okay, so there are a lot of number of tags. So a lot of queries for these tags are often come to me that how HTML, how many tags we have to remember for HTML. So guys, there are a lot number of tags which we don't have to remember, or that we even don't use in our life as a web programmer. So you are going to learn the things along the way. Okay, so there is only, I think, 15 to 20 tags that we are most commonly used. So after that we have p tag. This is a paragraph. Okay, so this is a paragraph tag used for paragraphs. Okay, so guys, you have noticed one thing, that when I write these three tags, these are comes in one line. That means that our HTML do not understand to break these into the next line. Okay, so we are using here a br tag. Okay, so it will breaks my text into the new line. It is a self-closing tag. Self-closing tag means there are few tags in HTML which we don't have to write their closing and then slash their starting and their closing tags. They have to write like this. These are called self-closing tags. Okay, guys. So along with that, let's move to the new thing that I'm going to tell. First of all, make another called basic.html. Okay, so I will just going to tell you what that boilerplate does. A lot of code that it shows. So closing this, removing this green stuff. This green stuff is commands. I'll also explain what commands in HTML. We're also removing this. Okay, so we are removing this script also. This is used to integrate our JS code to HTML. Okay, guys, I will also give you the overview that what what the actually from a very basic, like from what is HTML, CSS, and JS in layman's language. Like a person don't have any coding background, he don't know what these things are, what the heck they are doing. So I will tell in that manner. Okay. So first of all, we are removing this. So let's first discuss what this HTML and these hacks are. So guys, for example, you are going to build your house. Okay. So in the house, you may make a wall. Okay, so in your wall you have something, like switches, the bulb, and you have your wall painted. So what HTML is? HTML is normally is a wall, is the wall of your house. Okay, the color which are doing to our wall is an CSS property. Okay, so this thing will create a picture in your mind. I'll just trying to create this picture. And also we have one element called bulb in your wall. Okay, so it is also an HTML element. Also we have switches. Switches is also an HTML element. Okay, but after that your switches have some color. Let us suppose we have white switches, and also our bulb have some color. For example, we have red color of bulb. So these two things are clear for now. What is an HTML and what is an CSS? Okay. The third part comes the JavaScript. So how JavaScript is going to work? JavaScript is a language which will give power to HTML. Like it will tell JavaScript will tell our code, if you switch on the button, then light will glow. Okay. So we have HTML, CSS, and JavaScript totally clear that how our websites are documented. For example, we go to Wikipedia. Okay, so what we have this website. We have this text. Okay, so what HTML is not. Like we have, for example, we have this search. If I write something, so these results are coming due to JavaScript in it. Okay, HTML just make this search bar. Okay, and if I do something color backgrounds, then it will CSS will give this search bar a color, and JavaScript will start operating this. Okay, so let's come to our topic. So in this code, in line number 2 and line number 10, I think these two things are very much clear to you right now. Going ahead with line number 3, what the heck is this doing in our code? So what this is, meta is a tag, okay, which are given in head tag. It means this data provides information to the web browser. So it gives the data character set UTF-8, which means that all the elements that are included in our file have a character sequence of UTF-8. Character sets means there are a lot of uh, sets that are available for us, which our browser will understand. For example, if you are familiar with some ASCII values, so there are limited types of values in ASCII. Some special characters are missing in ASCII values. Okay, okay. So we are using UTF-8. Mostly 99.1% of browser using UTF-8 character set. It is a given sequence of characters that our browser can understand. For example, there are few special characters which, like this, all characters are understand by our browser. So there is a UTF-8 character set. I will UTF-8 character set. Okay, so this will help you. Unicode. Okay, so I will give the reference. You will go and read some more things about that. Next, we are going to have some description. Uh, this equivalent is this will give that our content will and I browser internet, the Edge browser will Edge browser compatible. After that, we have done some title. This is the title of our app. Any app you are building. So we have name, description, and content. So these things are previously used by search engine optimizations. The search engine optimize the the browser will understand that what is these descriptions will going to do, what the content are there while we are searching from the Google engine. But nowadays search engines are getting smarter, so they are not only doing search by this thing. Search engines works on various tags, like if you are using some h1 tags, it have high priority to being searched. Also, we are going to cover this in our course. We have making some videos on SEO also. Okay guys, so another thing is viewport content width device width initial scale is equal to 1. What this thing is going to tell, that our browser, that our website and our browser will have 1 to 1 ratio, which which means that's we often saw some websites in which we have to scroll to the, in which have we have scroll bar and we have to scroll to left or right. Okay, so this thing is working with width. So we are not covering we are not telling that we have to do some up and down scroll. Up and down scroll will work, but the width that will come to scroll bars to left and right will remove. So it will tell our browser to have initial scale of 1 to 1. It means our website and our browser that are very much compatible with each other. So guys, line number 8 we are not covering right now because it is a part of CSS. A lot of times this thing is covered many times repeatedly. These are going to this line going to integrate our HTML with CSS, so that we are covered later on. Okay, so moving ahead, let's close this file for now. Let's open this. Okay, so now the next question is that we are breaking some this. Okay, so what we have, okay, so what we have studied so far, we have done with HTML heading tags, bold, italic, underline. Okay, so next we comes with list. So there are two types of list. First of all, we have UL, which means unordered list. Okay, I will tell you what the heck was that. And another list was ordered list. What this heck is. So it will make our code little bit clumsy. So let's make new file list.html. Okay, so we are writing our unordered list here. Okay, we have a unordered means there is no order of the list. Means sometimes we often saw in our browsers that we have some numbers here from 1 to n. Okay, like we have another order list, we can say that 1, 2, and 3. Okay, also we have some unordered lists. Ordered list, sorry. Ordered list is like we have now generating some order. Here you can, sorry, here you can see that we have value 1 for a. Okay, and along with that, so there is also one extension I will going to tell you, which will make your code easy. So this is extension called Prettify. Prettify, what it does is that I will show you this in my browser. Sorry, Prettier, Prettier. You will install this, and it will makes, like if I do something like that, it auto completes. Like if I here we are unsaved, when we are saving this code, it will, this will give us fast development. Okay, So next we have, in order list we have various types. Like what the heck you want with your, now you see this will appear like this. Okay, it will change the format. There are a lot of number of, like you have often saw the lists that are starting with capital ones. So this list is starting with capital one. It will start with capital small a, then it will small with small a. Okay, so this will type of uh, capital A. So this will be type of. We can also verify the start of the list, like from where we have to start our list. For example, we want to start our list from one. Sorry, not one, from two. Okay, so guys, what you see is that your list is now going from 2, 3, 4, 5. If I have done this start from, let us suppose I want to start from 3. Sorry, we cannot write now. Okay, so we'll give this attribute as a number. Like if I want to start with 7, we'll give it 7. Okay, so these are the hacks. Also, so these things are very important to understand. What these things are known as, these things are known as attributes. These are going to help a lot of help in our React code when we are doing some JSX. It will help us a lot. Okay, so after all, after this we are, these are known as attributes or properties. uh, so guys, different elements have different properties. These things will, you came to know after, after practice. Later on later we will cover all these things. We have this all course is on hands on, there is no theoretical part coming. So we will do this thing. Okay, so also we have lists, that unordered lists have some types. Like we have this list as circle, or we have this list as a type of square space. So I will show you this in the browser, guys. So if I'm zooming in, so you are able to see that these are squares. These are okay. So that that's all about our list. Okay, now next we are going to cover our anchor tabs, anchor basics. Okay, now what these anchors are. So going forward, let's just have some more things. Like if I write 3 is greater 3 is greater than 4, so how my browser is going to behave? Like these things are not understand my browser, because various browsers, like if I said 9 is greater than 8, which is smaller than 5, so my browser, if I write something like that, okay, so my, you see my browser will convert this into a tag, HTML tag, which is not a valid thing. So for that, some various tags which are, default used by the HTML language, which we are not use, we will do something to understand. These characters are known as escaping characters. So if I write, okay, so if I write this tag, now this tag is an greater than tag. Okay, so if I write greater than tag, this will and character. So these ampersand will make us to escape some characters. Okay. So also we have uh, I will just okay. So it is a code tag. Okay. What if we have to use ampersand as our character? So for that we will have to use AMP. Okay. So these are known as escaping characters in our HTML. Okay, then we will next move on to some anchor tags. What the heck was that? Control C. Okay, so we are making some good alignments. We are taking this. We are removing this. So anchor tags are like references. Like if I have to open https www.google.com. So we can write click here to Google. Okay, so if we are now opening in browser, so what we saw when we are click this, we are going to google.com. But if you want to open this in new tab, then we can do okay. So you see guys, this is going to be in the new tab. Okay, but if you want to in the same browser, like in same tab, so you can type just as self. Okay, that's totally fine. Okay, then we have in our anchor tab we have a lot of another properties, like if we have to uh, link our pages, like if we want to say href. So what will we are doing, oh actually basic is an empty, so we will say open index.html. Okay, so what is going to do when we are clicking this, it will open our page html which we have written so far. Okay, so when we are refer to our index.html, it will tell open our page named index.html, which is our page. Okay, so this is an anchor tag. Also, we can write various tags that are often used. That is like if we have to do some telephone like stuff. Okay, so these are used in mostly in mobile phones. Like if you have this tag, your app will automatically render to start dialing your phone number. Okay, dial your number here. Okay, so if I am going to click, so this my browser will ask me to call. Okay, so these are also an applications. Also, we have an application of mail. If I want to do some mail to someone, okay, so लिख दो someone @ gmail.com. Okay, guys. So when we are refreshing this page and we are doing some break statement, it will little bit like look nice. That our code doesn't look too much clumsy by adding breaks. That's why I'm adding breaks. So email a person. It is not opening right now, but if you click, it will open an email to write on. Okay. So these are about your anchor text, and also we can migrate in our page from down to up. For example, what I'm trying to say that if I have paragraph tab, and we can go for Wikipedia. Okay, so just wait a minute. We put this in our this tag. We have a paragraph tag. Okay, X. So let us suppose we have also this paragraph text. So basically, I have converting this into few paragraphs for better understanding. Okay, that how we can also migrate from the uh, upside of our page to our downside. Okay, so let us see. Okay, we need some more. Okay, okay, now we are making some. Now that's totally fine. So these are the input elements that we are going to cover next. Inputs and buttons. Okay, so like in the last, I will give this as id last paragraph. Okay, and we have set here our anchor href. The elements with id we are going to access this by hash. Your last page anchor tag, go to last section. Let me check once. Last paragraph. Okay, so we are going for the last. So what this going when we are clicking this reference, it will automatically take us to the this last passage. Okay, so let's see this in action. Okay, closing the non-required ones. When we clicking this, so you often saw that our scroll bar comes here. Go to this section, this will appear like this. So these things are known as in-page anchors. When we are using, I will proper explain this id, ठीक है, in css, so don't worry. These are known as in-page anchors. Okay, so next we are going to cover input and buttons. So there is an input tag in our HTML. It is also a self-closing tag, and we have button. We have click here. Okay. So guys, as you see, we have this input tag. Okay. So there are a lot of properties for input tag. Like we can give the width 200, give height of this. So these are the properties that we are going to cover. Oh no, sorry. These are the properties of text area. No worries, no worries. If we are using text area, it's the area. Okay, so here we can give the width as 200 and height of the text area as 600. Let us suppose. Okay, so this is our text area. We can expand it. We often saw in the forms like when we are having first name, last name, email, and description. So we have a bigger area. This is known as the text area. Okay, so we have covered so far the button. Okay, so okay guys, that's all for now. We are in progress making some more stuff. So we are going to upload the next video today. So the all the required things of HTML5 is covered today. From tomorrow we are doing some our hands-on CSS. Okay guys, thanks a lot.